kind of behavior in our time and in our country. The continued threats of death and violence of anyone who exercises their freedoms of speech and association is concerning. The dangerous narrative that the state could kill people for simply demonstrating must be dropped immediately. No one has a right to kill anyone or deny any person rights that are confirmed by Constitution and are inalienable. Reports of attacks on elderly members of society that are parents of party leaders or activists should concern everyone, and the President is seriously concerned about this. Following the callous and uncalled for cold-blood murder of Zimbabweans by people reporting to be the military last week, it is now clear that there are high and dangerous levels of a sense of impunity by sections of the military and or security forces, and that the President is concerned about this sense of impunity and being untouchable. The fundamental freedoms, human rights of the people of Zimbabwe to participate in the affairs of this country without the interference of armed people are enshrined in our Constitution and in international conventions and instruments that Zimbabwe has ratified and is part of. These cannot therefore be suspended after this election on the simple guise that the declared result should not be challenged at all. It seems as though the purpose of the current crackdown in the country is simply to make sure that the result is announced by ZEC cannot be challenged or should not be challenged. People are being denied the right to even dream about challenging the result, and I think that, and the President thinks that that should not be allowed to set in. So the President-elect, President Chamisa, is encouraging everyone to make sure that our rights are, regardless of the circumstances, are respected and that no one is killed for them, and that there should be no more threats of murder, as we've seen in the last few days in different spheres of the media, including social media, where there seems to be a narrative that says, well, if you demonstrate, or if you question the results, you're calling for the murder of members of the MDC or anybody who supports the opposition. That position is untrue, is incorrect, both legally, socially, morally, and politically. People should have their rights regardless of whether or not we've just finished an election. That's our statement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I'll take a few questions, if there are any. Thank you. So you start. Thank you.
My name is Jeffrey Moyo. I'm a reporter with the New York Times. May I please know when the MDC alliance is going to vote when they challenging the election result, the presidential result?
Okay, thank you. Listen. Okay. Yes.
Please may we have a list of all those who've been detained or arrested, beaten, or disappeared, kidnapped, or whatever it is. We don't know where to get this information from the NDC because we don't know quite who's answering, who's the public spokesman, or who's collecting data, so that we can get the information. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. To start with your question, the President has put a team together that's dealing with that, and he will issue a statement with details tomorrow about when this is going to be done. With regards to the numbers and the names, certainly we can provide you with the names of those that have been arrested and have been reported as such. We have a large number of people who are not accounted for, either by ourselves or by the police, so we cannot give you names of those who have disappeared because they're just unaccounted for, and we're still hoping that they will reappear. We know that there are some people who have gone into hiding, and we cannot publish their names at all. because then we are increasing the risk. But yes, those who are arrested will provide the list. In fact, we can be able to provide that almost immediately. Thank you.
Are you getting any help or support from anyone outside of Zimbabwe? Because we've seen South Africa has recognised the president-elect, and a number of other countries appear to have recognised what they're seeing as the legitimacy of this election, leaving you in a very difficult position.
As the president has said, I think that if there's any recognition, it's a recognition of the declared result. If you look at the data that ZEC released today, starting Sunday, just by looking at the data itself, we find out that there's glaring evidence within it. The data is incoherent. The data shows that certain numbers for the presidency, for example, were inflated, and in certain constituencies, numbers were deflated. And it's very clear that the inflation was on the other side and the deflation on our side. If you look at the data as well, you can clearly see what areas and what places they were doing this, where they thought they could succeed. And obviously, if somebody hasn't seen that, they are likely to think that the result is, the declaration is correct. But it's a gift that keeps giving. The data that came from ZEC doesn't need anything else. It disproves its authenticity and proves, makes our point a lot better. So I think that that is the case. In terms of getting help, look, the president talks to everyone. The president engages everyone who wants to see this country move forward. And about recognition and so forth, but when the rubber hits the road, when you actually get to do the stuff of making decisions, you realize that I think people will give a lot of attention to the actual numbers, to the figures, and numbers, mathematics speaks a lot better than anything else.
What do you think of the prospects of your success if legal action does go ahead?
May we allow the proper process to go? I'll take questions from you.
Dr. Fumane, Media. How many constituencies are in dispute which have numbers which do not tally with what you have and what ZEC has, according to your data analysis so far?
I couldn't give you the exact number of constituencies. I can tell you that we have tallied, looked at the consistencies within the data that ZEC gave, and we are left with just one province to kind of tease out and see where the holes are at. So it's in every province, but there's specific areas where things are worse than elsewhere. The areas where they are deflating numbers, reducing numbers, and areas where they're increasing numbers. So it looks good. It's a lot of work to look at all the over 4 million votes and try to account for them. But clearly it's a lot better now that ZEC has actually provided the data they use to give the effect result.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Osaya Mviringi, an independent media practitioner. My question is about the V11 forms. We have heard before that at ZEC's presentation of results, they had invited all political parties to present those V11 forms for verification before results were announced. But the position that we got as media is that MDC Alliance could not release those for verification on time. And I'm not sure what caused those delays, and until now, why are they not yet delivered, so that we may pass this dispute as a nation and move forward. Thank you.
So, you are suggesting that the MDC should provide the V11 forms to ZEC?
Yes, I had an invitation by Justice Chigumba when she was just about to finish announcing the results that she is obliged by law to have representatives of presidential candidates present the V11 forms for verification at the verification center. And we were hoping that all political parties would oblige and move on with the process.
She's either grossly incompetent or misinformed. She is the custodian of the V11 forms. She can ask for those from anybody else. She's the one who's supposed to produce them. She gives us a copy, and she keeps the original. So there's no way that she would want those from us. In fact, the opposition didn't have 21% of those because she refused to give them, to hand them over. So there's no way we can give her those.
Okay. My question is, there was a need for your own copies. That's verification. We could
Thank
not
you very
rely
much.
on theirs. They needed yours so that we verified to avoid disputes after the announcement of the results.
Sir, that is incoherent at best. The fact, if she said that, she's very incoherent. The fact is this: she has the forms, the V11 forms, and she's got to take information from them to put them up. And what we have to do is to provide an agent who then says, yes, that came out of the V11 form, that we also have seen, that we can corroborate. We don't have to give her any V11 forms. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's strange if she said that.
Sorry, so can you just confirm definitively if you made a decision on whether to launch a legal challenge against Mnangagwa's election as president? Has that decision been made yet? Will that be announced tomorrow?
That decision has been made and its details will be announced tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to know, how do you fancy your chances of winning this one, even if you take the legal route? Do you think you are really going to be successful, or you're just trying to be heroes of tomorrow's history that probably they tried? That's the first question. The second question is, did you have agents at all the polling stations in the country?
Thank you for your question.
President Nelson Chamisa does not seek to be a hero. He loves this country and has worked very hard. He said that he has a basket of approaches that he will take to get the declaration reversed so that we go to the actual, to announcing the actual result. And that legal action is just but one of them. I already said at the beginning of this press conference that President Chamisa is consulting widely in terms of what actions, all the actions he needs to take. He's consulting on the legal route, he's consulting on other possible routes. There are a number of things that will be done. But certainly President Nelson Chamisa does not seek to be a hero. He just cares about this country far too much to be concerned about heroism.
And did you have polling agents at all the polling stations?
We had polling agents at polling stations that at a rate that we could logistically do. Look, we had 6 polling agents calling at one polling station, simply because ZAC had moved one of its polling stations.